Hello everyone, it's Kastleized, and I was actually meant to drop a Poison Island video today, but something came up I couldn't skip. Big Blue Bubble just quietly buried a genuinely massive clue in a video that, on the surface, looks like nothing more than a bit of fun. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know, is WEIRD AL YANKOVIC a new legendary, a Paironormal? What could it be? So let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. So this all comes from the Guess the Monster Sound Challenge video, which only went up about 40 minutes before I started recording this. If you haven't seen it, it's exactly what it sounds like. A fun little series where the monster handlers play a sound clip and try to guess which monster it belongs to, with the sound being heavily distorted or sped up and slowed down. But round 6, the final round, is completely different. The final clip in this round is of a monster none of us have ever heard before. It's not in the game currently, it doesn't match any existing sound in the game, and here's a really interesting part. The video actually cuts off right before a monster handler even attempts to guess who the monster is.
Again.
This concludes another funny and entertaining video for the Handler Helper community.
Stuff like that isn't an accident, it's Big Blue Bubble deliberately leaving us on a cliffhanger. And honestly, burying a reveal like this is pretty cool and they should do this more. So naturally, the second I heard that clip, I had to start digging on what it could be. Remember, quickly, before we get on to the next part, remember to like and subscribe because it helps the channel a lot. But now, my very first instinct of hearing an unknown monster sound with no context was a Paironormal one. That's usually the safest bet whenever a mystery sound turns up, but actually, going back through the evidence, it's not a Paironormal. The Analyst and Quantization Report section of the Doma website listed 8 reports in total, and based on how previous Paironormal Carnival releases have gone, these reports seem to directly correlate to the actual instruments of the upcoming Paironormals. It's predicted everyone right so far. The 6th report has the number 4222XX in its URL, and that number lines up with the Hornbostel sax clarification number for single reed pipes. Think like clarinet, saxophone, bagpipes, that kind of family of instruments. The second report has 111232 in its URL, which points to percussion tubes, so things like tubular bells. And then, aside from the very first report, the 4th one breaks pattern entirely. Its URL doesn't follow the same numbering format, which suggests that the Paironormal isn't going to play an instrument instead, and it's going to play a vocal or a bodily percussionist. Actually, the file's named C4F5, which is scientific pitch notation, so that Paironormal likely has a vocal range of C4 to F5, roughly a mezzo-soprano. The reason why I'm walking you through all of that is simple. None of those reports match what we are hearing in this clip. Every single upcoming Paironormal already has its sound accounted for. Whatever this mystery monster is, it isn't a Paironormal. So, what actually is it? Now, here is where it gets very interesting. My first thought, this could be some kind of castle-based, maybe tied to Poison Islet, or even the Wanderer Reunion Island that everyone's on about. Both of those seem like sensible guesses. But what Jake the Drake found next, thank you Jake the Drake, when he actually slowed this clip down and changed it, once you strip out the pitch shifting, what you're left is unmistakably an accordion. An accordion, sped up, pitch shifted and altered with semitones until it barely sounds like the original clip. And the second that clicked, an accordion, one name comes to mind: WEIRD AL YANKOVIC. The whole community has been saying, is WEIRD AL YANKOVIC going to be legendary? WEIRD AL YANKOVIc air legendary? WEIRD AL YANKOVIc legendary in general? It's going to be a WEIRD AL YANKOVIc legendary. Finally, after all this time, after all these predictions from everyone, we are finally going to be getting our WEIRD AL YANKOVIc legendary. Think about it for a second. Weird Al is genuinely one of the most fitting artists that this game could ever bring in. His entire career is built on fun, parody, and unhinged creativity. The same exact energy my Singing Monsters has been built on since it released. It feels like a perfect match for this game. But it's not just, oh, it's going to be Weird Al Yankovic. There's an actual teaser pointing at this. Remember, ToeJammer's little cameo in the Crystal Islet trailer where it got flung onto Air Island? At the time, most of us were still saying Weird Al Yankovic Legendary. But go back and look at it again. In another video, they showed Illoost, and it said like something along the lines off the top of my head. Something about the teaser where ToeJam gets flung to Air Island. There was a word used to describe it, weird, just weird on its own. That might mean nothing, but put it next to Weird Al Yankovic, Weird Al Yankovic, it starts looking a lot less like a throwaway word and then it starts looking more like a deliberate crumb pointing straight to being a Weird Al Yankovic Legendary. And then there's the instrument itself. One of Weird Al's most iconic signature instruments is, you guessed it, the accordion. He's been playing it since like the very start of his career. It's basically part of his identity as an artist. Sped up, run through right semitone shifts, that same accordion sound fits shockingly well into the Air Island song. That fast, slightly chaotic, almost comedic energy Air Island already has going on, kind of, because like Hula, Jess, you get it, would only be enhanced by Weird Al's signature sound if it dropped onto Air Island. And for the release date, I'm going to pinpoint September 2nd or August 19th. August 19th, I predict it's going to be Poison Islet. Crystal Islet already came out. But thing is, I say it's Poison Islet, because why would Poison Islet release in November? It makes no sense. It should release in Scarata's month, the Poison month. So it could come with that and like be a little homage because Shadow Islet and Blizzard when that happened. Or, you know, it could just be with the anniversary kickoff. So, to recap, a mystery sound buried inside an unusual normal challenge video. Paironormal. It is not a paranormal. It cannot be a paranormal. And hiding underneath all that pitch shifting and changing, a weird teaser lies. I think we are looking at Weird Al Yankovic's legendary sound. And if I'm right, this has to be one of the best crossovers in the game. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Am I like off my head or am I right? Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video on Friday for Poison Islet. So be excited for that, and goodbye.